So have you been looking around Boston and are looking for the neighborhoods that have the best value to go and move into and buy a home? Well, what I thought I would do in this video is share with you guys my top 4 cities that I think you should consider if you're looking for that, right? If you want that best value where you don't want to spend too much, where you want to get the most bang for your buck and still be pretty close to Boston. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. What's going on, guys? My name is Lior and welcome back to my channel. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of the video, 2 super quick things, guys. Number 1, if this is your first time on my channel, first of all, welcome. Second of all, make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. I'm putting out tons of new content all the time, talking all about Boston, real estate, different neighborhoods. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, make sure you subscribe. And number 2, guys, if you guys are thinking about making any sort of move into Boston, whether you're buying, investing, selling, whatever it may be, me and my team still get so many calls from you guys from all over the state, the city, the country, and even the world at this point. So if you guys are looking to make any sort of move to Boston, make sure to hit up me and my team and we will definitely help you out. So with that, let's get right into it. As I said, I want to give you guys my top 4 neighborhoods around Boston that I think provide the best value in terms of not being too expensive, but still being reasonably priced and close to Boston, where you're still close to if you want to go downtown, if you want to get to all the major cities around Boston. So this would be my top 4 areas that I would check out. And let's start with number 1, which is the city of Medford. Now, Medford, I think, is an amazing city to check out, right? Because first of all, it is super convenient in terms of transportation and driving. You can easily get on the highway system and get all around Boston as you need to. It does also offer 2 T stops. You have the Orange Line kind of on the east side where you have the Wellington T stop. We've also had the Green Line extension, which is now creating a stop by Tufts on the west side of Medford. So it's going to become really convenient and really easy to kind of get in and out of Medford, which is awesome. Now, the other thing I like about Medford too is it does kind of offer a small town feel, pretty close to Boston, right? I mean, you're only, let's say 15-20 minutes or so, depending on traffic, which of course actually could be a lot more. But, you're pretty close to the city, so you can get in and out. But, you have this kind of small town feel, which I think is awesome. But you still have a lot of the conveniences of a major city, right? I mean, you've got plenty of stores, plenty of shops, restaurants. I think Medford Square is super cute. And you also have quite a bit of outdoor amenities too within the city, right? So you've got the Mystic Lake, which is awesome, right? You can do boating, sailing there. It's really pretty. You also got the fells that go to Medford, and the fells are amazing, especially for for you guys out there that love the outdoors. A ton of hiking trails, walking trails, really some gorgeous views throughout. And it's just an awesome walk in the spring, summer, or fall there. So so plenty of good outdoor things to do within the city, which is obviously amazing. Now, the city has become a lot more popular, especially as people that have been priced out of more expensive areas like Somerville and Cambridge, which are both nearby, and Arlington. Medford really provides an awesome place for people to go that don't necessarily want to pay that top dollar in those surrounding areas. Now, obviously, there's going to be quite a bit of range in pricing, but at a high level, if you're going to go check out Medford, you can expect to pay somewhere around the $450 to $550 per square foot on average. Again, obviously, you could have some discrepancy and variance in that, but generally, that's where you'll find most of the inventory moving. So that's not too bad. That's actually really good pricing for Boston. So hence why I put it number 1 on my list. Number 2 on my list, right next to Medford, is going to be Malden. Now, Malden has really been blowing up over the last number of years. They've really developed Malden Center. If you go through Malden Center, it actually has quite a bit of shops, restaurants, things to do. They've got breweries opening there now. So Malden is a really happening place. It is also about, I'd say, 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 minutes. Again, depending on traffic, and traffic in Boston, it is what it is. It is close to the highway, so you can get in and out of Malden as well pretty easily. And again, it's just a nice little pocket where you're not too far from the city. Your pricing is pretty low. You still have good outdoor amenities here as well. You got parks. So I think you should definitely be checking that one out. In terms of pricing, if you are going to consider it, Malden is a little bit cheaper typically than Medford. Over here, you're probably looking at around mid 300s to about mid 400s per square foot if you're going to be buying. Number 3 on my list is, instead of going north, we're going to go a little bit west, and that's going to be Waltham. Now, Waltham is probably about 20-25 minutes away or so, again, depending on traffic, but it is not too far. It does have a commuter rail stop right through it, and it is on the highway system. So, you know, if you need to go east-west, if you need to go north-south, it is pretty accessible to the rest of greater Boston. So great, you know, really convenient for that. Waltham also kind of has that more residential feel while still being pretty close to the city. It does also have parts of it that, you know, have kind of more of a commercial feel, particularly that neighborhood around Moody Street. If you're gonna go on Moody Street, you're gonna see it's packed with restaurants, bars, shops. You know, I actually, with some of my favorite restaurants personally in Boston are on Moody. So it is a really cool scene over there, but while still retaining a lot of, you know, the convenience that you expect, right? You still have tons of grocery stores, plenty of outdoor amenities. If you wanted to kind of hang outside. So overall, I'd say Waltham is an awesome spot to check out. Now, in terms of pricing, I would say on average, you're probably looking around $400 to $500 per square foot for your kind of average type of inventory. Of course, it can certainly get more expensive. Waltham, they have been developing quite a bit and doing a lot of high-end new construction product that will certainly be selling at a higher price. But generally, you know, you can find inventory around $400 to $500 per square foot, which is great value for the greater Boston area. Now, finally, the number 4 on my list, the neighborhood that I wanted to highlight is going to be Jamaica Plain in Boston. So Jamaica Plain, I think, is a really cool and very unique neighborhood in Boston. It just kind of has a little bit of everything, right? It has a very eclectic food scene. So if you go down Center Street, you'll just see a ton of different little shops and cafes and restaurants with food from literally all over the world. It's an awesome, very, very unique scene. You do have a ton of outdoor amenities. You know, you've got the Arboretum, which of course is huge, provides a ton of green space. You of course have Jamaica Pond, which is beautiful. You can walk over there. I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. Walk, run, whatever it is. So Jamaica Plain has a ton to do. Super convenient to Boston. You're probably about 15 minutes or so from the city, which is not too bad, depending where you're coming from. It does have transportation options. It has both the Green Line and Orange Line. The Orange Line is going to be on your east side, and then the Green Line is kind of going to be on your northwestish side. So good access into the city if you wanted it. And that's why it's also very attractive to a lot of young professionals, young families, people that are kind of looking to downsize actually from the suburbs into the city, choose Jamaica Plain, you know, just because it's just got a little bit of everything. It's close to the city. So it kind of has a great mix of people living there as well. So definitely keep that on top of your list. Now, in terms of price, it is one of the pricier neighborhoods on this list. Your average inventory in Jamaica Plain is going to be selling around mid $500s to $700 per square foot. So a little bit higher than the other cities I mentioned, but I thought I would put it on here since it is still significantly cheaper than neighborhoods, you know, that are much closer to the city. So that's why I thought I would throw it on here as well. So that's my list for you guys. Hopefully that's helpful. As I said, I think these 4 areas I would definitely keep track of if you're looking for kind of better value around the greater Boston area while still being pretty close. So hopefully that helps, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below.